Graduating college? Have a job? What are you going to do with your extra money? I hope the answer to this question is not putting it in your savings account to watch it rot. Today I'm going to share with you the best way to invest your money to provide consistent returns and attain your financial goals. Section 1. Know your investment goals. In order to choose a correct investment portfolio, you must be aware of your future financial needs. You need to keep in mind your income and future expenditures in order to invest correctly. There would be a completely different investment process if you were saving for a house than if you don't anticipate needing money anytime soon. You need to know yourself and your monetary needs to determine what type of investments suit you. Section 2. Ask questions. Think about every element in the investment process and gain as much detail as possible for all potential investments. At the end of the day, it's your money, and you need to know exactly what you're investing in to make sure it matches your investment plan. It pays off to ask as many questions as possible so you know exactly what type of investment you're getting into. Do not be afraid to ask why, as this simple question can save you a lot of time and money. Don't wait until you make a large mistake to start asking questions. Just because you haven't experienced massive pitfalls yet doesn't mean you're invincible. Section 3. Stop procrastinating. Start now. The sooner you begin investing, the more you will be able to increase your principal with compounding interest over time. The earlier you start, the more money you'll make. If you start investing $500 a month when you are 25 years old and make a 10% annual return on your investment, you will have about $1.9 million by the time you retire, which is at age 59 and a half. However, if you start investing $500 a month when you're 18, assuming the same 10% annual return, by the time you retire, you will have a massive $3.9 million to retire on. This shows how important it is to start investing early because compounding interest will boost your principal investment. Section 4. Find an advisor you trust. Some financial advisors make money every time they sell you an investment. How can you really trust the advice of someone who only makes money when they sell you a product? Are they really looking out for your best interest? Ask how the advisor is going to be compensated for his advisory services and make sure you know they are looking out for your best interest. A good way to make sure an advisor is acting in your best interest is to question him as to why he recommends certain investments. Advisors are legally obligated to act in your best interest as they have fiduciary responsibilities. Do not let an advisor whose motives seem corrupt invest your money. Section 5. Diversify. You must diversify your investments in order to minimize your risk. By diversify, I mean invest in many different types of investments as well as in many different industries. The easiest way to do this is to invest in a mutual fund. Mutual funds are managed by professional fund managers who are experts in diversifying risk. For a small fee, these managers will let you buy shares of their mutual fund. To do this is simple and inexpensive. I would recommend creating an account for free on scottrade.com and trying to find a mutual fund that fits your needs. Basically, the lesson here is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Section 6. Don't be afraid of risk. When is the best time to take on risk? When you're in your 20s and single? Or when you're in your 40s, saving for retirement and raising your family? You guessed it, you are young now, so now is the best time to take on risk. Heightened risk means higher expected returns. A general investing rule of thumb is that you want to have a percentage of your portfolio in bonds that is identical to your age. For example, when you're 25 years old, you want to have 25% of your portfolio in bonds and the other 75% in stocks. Bonds are a risk-averse investment, and while you are young, it makes sense to have less of your money in bonds and more in stocks to take advantage of the fact you are able to take on more risk. Section 7. Invest in the long term. On average, the stock market returns about 10% per year. If you're able to ride out the short-term volatility, then over the long term, you will enjoy consistent and steady returns. This means not checking your accounts every day to be discouraged by losses that will only be made back the next day. Structure your portfolio so it will have success in the long run, and don't panic when you see short-term declines in your investments. Section 8. Invest, don't speculate. Too often are amateur investors investing their money guessing that a stock will do well, or because they're interested in a particular stock. Just because you're in a position to take on more risk doesn't justify speculation. In the investment context, speculation and gambling are synonymous. Speculation is making an investment that has a significant risk of losing most or all of your investment in hopes of making a massive gain. Remembering when considering investments that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Don't let a smooth-talking broker sell you an overly risky investment that could yield massive returns, especially if it doesn't fit your investment goals. Know your future monetary needs. Use this to create a portfolio with investments that will work to achieve your financial goals. Don't procrastinate so you're able to enjoy the benefits associated with compounding returns. You have money. Even if it is not a massive amount, it's something. You may feel overwhelmed by the broad world of investing, but always remember, if you do thorough research, your chances of long-term success are good.